All right, go ahead and read me the directions for number 2. Volunteer to read those for me. Brady, go ahead. After it's yawn.
Okay. Draw a rectangle with sides measuring 3 centimeters and 9 centimeters. Find the area.
Good, so we're looking for the area of that. And it's going to be, what did they say, Brady?
3 centimeters and 9 centimeters.
3 centimeters by 9 centimeters. We don't have to draw that. We can skip that part. But go ahead. 10-second whisper to your group. What is the area going to be of this rectangle? So, 10-second whisper. Go ahead. What is the area of this rectangle? All right, Dylan, did your group get the area? Nope. Who can help them out? What would the area of this rectangle be? Now we're doing length times width, so we have 3 centimeters multiplied by 9 centimeters. Tyler.
27 squares.
Not inches. Square centimeters. Very good. So 27 centimeters squared. Very good, because we're multiplying a centimeter by a centimeter, it becomes squared when we do that. Good. All right, what about for number 3? Oh, this is a little bit different, switching it up. Read the directions for number 3. 80, go ahead.
Find the height of the rectangle.
Good, so we want to find the height. So we know the area equals 56 meters squared. And we know one side of the square is 7 meters. So we have 7, our area equals 7 meters. But now we have to figure out what we're multiplying it by. So, what would a step be to figure out what we would multiply the 7 by to get 56 meters squared for our area? Jillian.
Either to know 7 times 1 is 56 or 56 divided by
7 times what's 56? 8, good. So you can either know, oh, 7 multiplied by 8 is 56, or she's right, you could divide 7 and 56 to get 8 meters. So our other half of our square, the height is 8 meters. All right, go ahead and do the next one with your groups. Do number 4 with your groups. You're doing the same thing we just did with different numbers. So Bailey, what are you going to do with your group? Number 4, very good. And let's do about 45 seconds, okay? Right. Okay. Divide. All right, so let's go over this one. So we know our area is what? Timmy, what is the area for number 4? 84. You know it's 84 inches squared. That's our area. We know that. But we want to figure out our missing length of our side. So what's a step we could do to figure that out? Brianna? Very good. So she took 12 and divided it by 84. And what did you get, Brianna? 7. Thumbs up if you did the same step Brianna did to figure out the missing length. Thumbs up if you got 7 for your answer. Very good. So our area equals our length of 7 inches times our height of 12 inches. Okay? So let's see what the bottom one is down there. That's just figuring out area. So go ahead and take a minute with your partners and do numbers 5 and 6. So Jeremiah, what are you going to do? 5 and 6. And how long did I say, Alexis? 80?
1 minute.
How long, Alexis? 1 minute. Go ahead. Jeremiah. Very good. Let's go over these up front real quick. All right, so what is my formula going to look like for number 5? Is that number 5? Yes, number 5, Alexis. What's my formula going to look like? A equals what? Times 5. Very good. And we have centimeters. Very good. So we have 11.3 times 5 equals what? What was our area for that one? Alex, did you get the area for that one?
What, the 5 times 11?
Yep.
Yeah, 56.5.
Perfect. Very good. So our area is 56.5. And what would our measurement be on that one? What did we measure for that, Al? Centimeters squared. Very good. So the answer to that was 56.5 centimeters squared. Nice job, guys. All right, who can give me the formula for number 6? AJ.
403 divided by 26.
Very good. So we know our area was 403. They told us that. So they wanted us to figure out the height of the other side of the rectangle. So she did 103 divided by 26. And what did you get? AJ. She didn't finish solving it. Who can help her out? What did you get for 403 divided by 26? Brady?
15.5.
15.5. Very good. So our area is 26 times 15.5. Nice job, guys. All right, now go ahead and turn your pages to page 300 and 301. Make sure you can see both of those pages, okay? All right, go ahead and read me the top directions there on page 300. Brianna, go ahead.
Each picture at the bottom of the page and on the next page shows a box that is partially filled with cubes. The cubes in each box are the same size. Each box has at least one stack of cubes that goes to the top. Your task is to find the total number of cubes needed to complete each photograph. Record your answers in the table below.
Very good. So we have to figure out how many cubes can fit in each rectangular prism or each box on the bottom. Now, what did we say was another term for that? So it says how many will fit in it. And we talked about this term last Thursday. Another word for that would be 10-second discussion with your groups. What that word would be from Thursday that we talked about. It means how much objects could fit into a certain box. So examples were a fridge. We did like a trash can, like how many things could fit from the bottom to the top in there. So we made the big meter box here, remember? So, 10-second whisper discussion with your groups, what that would be. What is another word for it? volume. We started to make our Lego rectangular prisms. And how did we figure out the volume on those rectangular prisms? Tyler?
Up or down?
We counted the height on the one side, and then what did we do for the next step? Brandon, do you remember? How did we figure out the volume? We counted the height, and then what else did we count totals of? Pass, who can help them out? Brady. The base, the number of cubes in the base. So what was it, Brandon? Base and height. So the number of cubes in the base, and then we multiplied it by the height. Very good. So we're going to work more with that today and get a more mathematical formula for volume. So what we're going to do for this page is we have to figure out how many cubes would fit in each box. So let's do the first one together. So everybody go ahead and look at box 1 and put your finger on your nose when you see box 1. Nice job. All right, so the first thing we have to figure out is how many cubes could you fit along the longest side of the box. On the bottom, how many cubes could you fit across the longest side? Go ahead and take 15 seconds with your group to figure out how many cubes would fit across that longest side of the bottom of the box there. So Dylan, what are you going to do? Fast, so we can help him out. Timmy.
How many cubes on the long side?
How many cubes can fit on the long side? What is it, Dylan?
How many cubes could fit on the long side?
Very good. So 15 seconds. How many cubes you can fit on the long side? 8. All right, eyes back up here. So how many cubes could we fit on the longest side of the base there? Nice hands, guys. AJ. 8. You could fit 8 cubes. I must repeat that. 8 cubes could fit in the box, right, Al? Did you guys get 8? Yeah, so 8 cubes against that long side. So now let's do the same thing, but for the short side of the base. How many cubes could fit for the short side? So again, 15 seconds with your group, the short side of the base. So, Brandon, what are we going to do? Figure out the short side of the base. Very good. Go ahead.
4.
Whisper, guys. Back here. So Timmy, what would be the short side? How many cubes would fit in our short side? 4. Very good. So we know our long side has 8 cubes and our short side has 4. So how are we going to figure out the base? How many cubes we have in our base? Jeremiah?
8.
That's in our long side. We want to figure out the whole bottom. So what would we do to figure out the base? So we have 8 in the long side and 4 in the short side. Not add them, Thomas. Multiply them. What are we going to do, Jeremiah? Multiply them. Good. So we want to multiply 8 times 4 to get what for our base? Kevin. 32. Very good. So on your pages, you will see you have, for box 1, number of cubes needed to cover the bottom. You're going to put 32. Now, how many cubes are in our tallest stack in box 1? AD.
8.
8?
No, 5.
5. Very good. 5. There's 5 stacked up there. Yeah, 5. Good. So we have 5 for our height. So you'll put that where it says number of cubes in the tallest stack, because 5 is our tallest stack there. All right? So now, what's our next box on the bottom there? What does the directions tell us to do for that box? Tyler?
It says no, the sum is
So what, read the box says, Ben. Yeah, so now I want to figure out how many cubes are going to fit in that whole box. That whole box for number 1. So remember from Thursday, how are we going to figure that out? What did we take on Thursday to get our volume? We multiplied something by something. We just went over at the beginning there. Kennedy? Very good. You're going to take the base and multiply it by your height. So what's my base in this problem, Bailey? How many are, 32. So there's 32 in my base. Very good. And how many in my height? Alex, how many are in my height for box 1? 5. Very good. So we're going to multiply 32 by 5. Go ahead and do that with your groups to find the total number of cubes that would fit in box 1. All right, very good. I heard some correct answers. So what would be the total number of cubes that could fit in our box or our volume for box number 1? Bailey? No, close. Who can help her out? Timmy? 160. Awesome job. So volume, I'll put V, for box 1 is 160. Very good. All right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more boxes for you guys to do. Go ahead and quietly and calmly with your groups do those 5 boxes. Fill the chart like we just did for the first box, okay? So, what are we going to do, Ben? Do the rest of the boxes. Very good. And did I give you a time? I didn't think so. So go ahead, let's say
5 minutes.
5 minutes, so at 12. All right, go ahead. Alright, so what's going to be our link? Oh yeah. Alright guys, about a minute left, so go ahead and finish which one you're working on. And then we'll go over that together. Alright, very good. Let's get all eyes back up here and let's go over some of these. So, we know for there we go. Okay, so we know for box 1, our volume was what, Dylan? For box 1. Our volume, our total in there. 160, very good. Now let's move on to box 2. So box 2, what was our long side for box 2? Kevin? 8, very good. Alex, what was our short side for box 2? No, our short side, just our short side for the.
What do you mean?
Like you have on our base, just the bottom of it, okay? We have our long side, which was 8. And then our short side would be, so what would be our short side? 5, very good. So we have 5 for our short side. Good. Now, what does that make our base? Because we know our base is our length times our height. So that would be what, Jillian? 40, very good. So our base was 40. Now, Timmy, what's our height for box 2? 7, very good. We have 7 going up, so that's our height. So we have 7. Now, we have to figure out the total number of cubes that could fit in box 2, or our volume. So, what would be our volume for box 2? Remember, we're going to take our base and multiply it by our height. 280, very good. Thumbs up if you got 280 for the volume in box 2. Nice job. I saw a lot of good answers when I was walking around. All right. Let's go to box 3. Give me the short side for box 3. 80.
The short side, you mean the bottom?
Yep, the bottom. So we have our long side and our short side.
24.
That's together.
Oh,
That's the
the
total
small
base. 4. Good. And what would be our long side then, AD?
24.
That's the longest side. 6. 6. Do you see it? Let me put a picture of the box up here. Alright, so we have, you just said our short side is 4, which short side be from the back to the front right here, right? So that's 4. Now what would our long side be going across here? 6, very good. So we have 2 here, we can pull the 3rd one up, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Good, I agree with you. So our long side is 6. Whoops. 6, very good. So now AD, what would be the base?
24.
24, there it is, there's the 24, good. So our long side was 6, right Dylan? And our short side was 4 to give us our base of 24. Now Dylan, what was our height for box 3? The 3rd box, what's the height? The tallest stack in there. 4, good. So, now, what is our volume going to be? 88. Let's multiply. We're going to multiply 24 by 4. Help them out. Who can help them out? Jillian? 96. Very good. So what is it, D. Will? 96. All right, so that's box 3. What's next? Box 4. Let's do box 4. That'll be our last one. Let me get rid of that picture there. All right, let's go to box 4. So what was my longest side on my base for box 4? Brady? 4, good.
4 and
For a short side was both 4, good. So now what does that make my base? Jeremiah? What could our base be for box 4? If our longest side was 4 and our short side is 4, we're going to multiply them together. Our length times the width for the area of the base. So 4 times 4, 16. Very good. So we have 16. Now what is our height for box 4? Tyler? Good. So our height is 5. So run me through how we're going to figure out our volume for box 4. Alexis? Very good. So we're going to multiply 16 by 5. So 16 by 5. And that gives me an answer of what, AJ? 80. Very good. So our volume is 80. No, let's get to the journal pages. Okay. So that's how we figure out the volume. So what did you notice about how we get, let's start our base first. How do we get our base? Have a 15-second discussion with your groups about how you found out the base of these objects. That flat, the face on the bottom, the base of our rectangular prism. So Tyler, what are we going to do? How we found the base. Very good. Go ahead. 15 seconds. Alright, good. So how did we get our base for any of these problems, for any of those rectangular pyramids? Brady.
you do length times width.
Good. You're going to do the length times the width. So you have your, or you can call it the longer side by the short side. That's what we did today. So your length times your width to get the base. So that's the area of the base, right? So to figure out base, you multiplied length times width. So that's the area of the base. So area of base equals length times width. Now how did you get the height for your problems? Dylan, how did you figure out the height? This is an easy one. How did you figure out the height of these boxes?
Just count.
Yeah, you just count how many are in the tallest stack. Very good. So that means for volume, our formula, so volume, this is just of a rectangular prism. We'll put RP for rectangular prism equals area of base, oh man, there we go, of base multiplied by our height, or our tallest stack. That's an H. Now you little picky Marvins, that just made it worse.
Now it's height.
Okay, so let's do some practice. So if I said I have a rectangular prism whose base is 12 and the tallest stack, so the height is 4, what's our volume? volume going to be? 10-second discussion with your groups what the volume for this rectangular prism would be. We have a base of 12 and a height of 4. So 10-second whisper with your partners what the volume would be. Alright, very good. All eyes back up here. So what was our volume for this shape? Let's see some more hands in that in the air. So we have group discussion. Tyler. 48. Very good. So we have 48. Now Tyler, how did your group get 48? Good. You multiplied 12 by 4. Very good. Let's do one more and we'll get to journal pages. So let's give a base of 21 and a height of 6. So would that be 10-second whisper with your groups? All right, whisper to me the answer for the volume of this rectangular prism. And go. Very good. 126. Now, Timmy, how did we get 126? Pass. AJ. Very good. You multiplied 21 by 6. How'd you get it, Timmy? You multiplied 21 by 6 because our formula for volume is area of the base multiplied by the height. Good. So if you turn to page 302 in your journals, that's going to be what we're going to work on for the rest of the time, probably. Yeah. So 302. By yourselves. So, but let's look at this real quick. Read the directions on the top of 302 for me. Bailey. Very good. So you're going to find the volume of each stack of cubes. So you're going to do the first, that's the first 4. That's what you're going to do. But pay attention to some of those. Remember, our volume is how much we could fit into the rectangular prism full. Now make sure you're paying attention to if it's a full rectangular prism or not, okay? Raise your hand if you have questions. I'll be around to help, okay? Thomas?
I noticed, why are they instead of 2 over the centimeters, they cut the 3?
Because
'Cause it's
2
centimeters
is
cubed.
like 2 is centimeters squared, and then 3 is centimeters cubed. Like if you were to put to the power of 3, you could say to the cube.
I was just thinking like
Is it cleared up, Thomas? Did he help you? All right, nice job, Brady. Good. All right, so you can go ahead and work. Raise your hand if you have questions. I'll be around to help, okay?